So back to this a little bit. I got my spinner. I got my spinner from a company on eBay, and this spinner is the type of spinner that we always used to use. In fact, I believe it's from the same molds. You can't get these anymore, but these people have the molds. This is a 4-inch diameter spinner, which is really hard to find. It was $9.95 and $4.95 for delivery, and their communication was great, and they send you the color you want. I can't say enough good things about them. The link should be on the bottom of the screen. And so now that I had the spinner, I was able to break loose the firewall because I had one heck of a gap back here. I thought there might be some drop off on the back of this spinner that would bring it closer to the firewall, but it wasn't. But you can see the fit's just perfect. As it turns out, no thanks to the backup beeper next door, that I will yell over. Good God, man. I had to quit. It was just too loud. He's like right at my door. Oh, we are in an industrial complex. So this fits just beautifully. I mean, just really well. And what I was starting to say is that I went through a lot of effort to get about 5 degrees of right thrust in this. As you know, that helps with the torque because the prop is going this way and it's throwing this way and making the plane want to go that way on takeoff. Now, we do use rudders, don't we? Because really, even if it was set at 0, if you know how to control your rudder, you'll not have much problem keeping it straight down the runway. So a lot of the companies that make planes realize, like E-flite, that there are a lot of people that aren't quite qualified to fly a P-51 or some other tail draggers as much as they should. So they put, well, on my Mustang I got from them, I swear there's 8 to 10 degrees worth of right thrust in there. And the thing's a breeze to take off down the runway, but you know, I've flown them just straight on like this. Well, as it turns out, this has 3 degrees built into it, into the firewall, and it has 2 degrees down thrust. So if I'm level all the way around to this, then theoretically, I shouldn't have any problems. So after doing a lot of work to get the washers in just right and everything on my firewall and get that 5-6 degrees of right thrust that I was trying to get, and the down thrust, it turned out after I read the instructions, which is why you probably always should go through them. The problem with veteran builders like myself is you think you know everything, and believe me, you never do. So I put it back, and I used some shims and things behind the washers and got it to match up to this. Once I realized 3 degrees will be fine, 2 degrees down will be fine. So I see a little bit of movement there, which is not a bad thing overall because, you know, it is bolted very, very well to the firewall. But, you know, you can always get them to move a little bit. A lot of power on that motor. So I'm going to flip it over. Here we are looking at it. It's upside down. You can see how the motor's mounted. You can see all the washers. And I've also used some nylon shims that I made that are like 3/4 donuts that you can slip in there, because trying to back these screws out, in and out, especially the ones down here, over and over again was really getting to be a crazy thing to do with gravity and everything else that's going on. So that made it a lot easier. A lot of you asked, where's the battery going to go? Well, I showed that in another video. It's going to fit in here. So it's easy to get in and out. And at the point I'm at now, I have the CG made in the shade without, I'm hoping I didn't just cut myself on this APC prop. They're like razors. Without having had any nose weight or tail weight. I'm right on the money. So, and I have a little bit of room to shift around. So I'm putting back this for now. Actually, no, I'm not. Well, that's how I get the battery in and out like that. And it fits right up in that hole up in there. And you get, talk about cooling. I mean, look at all that cooling. There's no vent in the back except the tail wheel. So I'm going to leave the doors open back there, and that will help vent through some of the air, because other than that, it's straight through. I think you can see daylight back there from the tail wheel. So I should get a lot of cooling because it's all going to go past here and past there. super cool. So everything's perfect. I mean, this really matches up really well all the way around. So I'm very pleased with that. What I'm going to do now is put a bunch of epoxy over this just for security and walk away. The next thing I'm going to do is start monocoating this. I'm hoping as early as Monday, maybe even this week. But that will be the next thing, to start covering it and painting it, putting a cockpit in, finalizing how the canopy goes on, which is going to be screwed on, I think, and stuff like that. So I hope you're enjoying this. I know you are. And thanks for all the nice comments and everything, and thanks for all the nice likes, and thanks for the new subscribers. I'm heading towards 4,500 subscribers, which is somewhat of a comeback from the old days when I had 1.5 million subscribers. And then I had a problem with YouTube and I lost all of that, which was a shame. So if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. It helps. And thanks again, and we'll see you soon.